Hello everyone. This week and last week I've been looking at prioritizing the aspects of the game. Treasured is a temple raiding, museum building, co-op, puzzle game. Those are four very different things. I need to select a single aspect and develop and refine that. As you might have seen from my previous video and the posts on social media, I have been creating some mockups for the game. Why I create them I explain in this video, so I won't go into detail here. That video outperformed all other devlogs by about 2.5 times. The Twitter posts actually got more attention than regular announcement for new videos. And Reddit, wow, Reddit went crazy with upvotes. All 3 posts about the mockups have over 100 upvotes. I really need to pay more attention to Reddit. I can now conclude visuals equal likes, upvotes, views. How can I benefit from this equation? Well, I can just create more mockups and get more likes. Well, the mockups are just tests, and that would not provide any real progress for the game. Instead, let me just grab this aspect from the beginning of the video and elaborate on that. As I have stated in a previous devlog, Devlog 8, I want to create levels in 4 different layers: layout, gameplay, decoration, and effects. Oh no, I have created a mockup just to show the layers. What am I doing? I need to start with the first layer, the layout. In order for the game to generate visuals for this, I need to specify the actual layout. I started by putting my thoughts on paper. If I can create walls and floors, I can create the entire layout, the base layer. I began with the floors. I wrote down simple to understand steps that I can implement to add the floors. First, I want to be able to define a size for the floor. Check. Then when I start the generation, I first want to add a ground plane. This is basically the base for the floor. Check. After this, I give the generator a tile to place on the floor. Check. Actually, I can give it a list of meshes and then it randomly picks one from the list. This will give the floor character. Remember, this is the base layer. The decorations will add so much more. You will hardly recognize the floors. Check. Well, great. The floor is done. Now it is time for me to create the walls. Setting the size is simple. It is just like the floor. I simply need to change the rotation of the plane. Check. The brick layout is actually the hardest. I struggled a lot with that. Every other row, the brick has a different position, and the first and last brick are smaller. It just took a lot of time. But in the end, I figured that out. So, check. On paper, I wrote random brick rotation. What I meant by that is visualized on the left. I just want different brick models, the same technique I used with the floors. The only thing I have to do is add some different models to the generator. And look at that, some randomness. Well, actually, that is a bit too random. I want more control over the different bricks that are placed. So, there we go, sliders. I can simply slide it to allow the generator to add more or less randomness. Check. Now I have a few tools for me to use when creating layouts. I can simply add floors. Well, who am I kidding? It is not simple. It is actually harder than you think to line up different floors and add adjustments to it. But I think I have a solution for that. Handles. The same is used with moving, rotating, and scaling objects in the Unity editor. These bad boys allow me to adjust the floors and walls' size and position within the scene view itself. I can now drag the floor to the size I want, and well, that's it. I knew they existed, but I have never used them, so it took some time for me to create the tool. I no longer have to mess with the size and position to get things right. Since I'm working on the scene view's handles and gizmos, I need to add some detail to the gizmos. These two shapes look the same size, but the right one is actually twice the size. I'm just viewing it in a different angle. By adding grids to the shapes, I can visualize the size of the floor or wall a lot better. Now, the shape on the right looks a lot farther away, exactly how I want to. The last thing I want to add this week is themes. Themes are basically color palettes. Right now the walls and floors are sandstone yellowish. When I want to create a different level in, let's say, a dungeon, I want the color to be grayish. The implementation is really simple. Currently I have hard-coded values, but I can simply swap them out with scriptable object-defined variables. And now I can simply add the theme object to the wall and... Maybe I need to swap these values? Ah, yes. These values correspond with the position on a texture. 0 is the first color, 1 the second, etc. This way I can quickly add a new grayish theme. And there we go. Dungeon stones. The post-processing makes the colors look weird, since this was made for the sandstone theme. Trust me, it will look good with proper color grading. There is still a lot of optimizations I can do with the procedural generation. For example, this scene has 32 different objects and it takes 32 draw calls to render. Of course there's more, but we'll ignore those for now. If I can get every object or mesh to contain less than 300 vertices, they can fit into a single dynamic draw call. I will give you an update about the optimizations in next week's devlog. Again, I will create mockups, but this time with the new floor and wall generator. So, if you want to get notified when I post those new mockups, follow me on Twitter or join the Discord server. I will always see and answer your comments there. Let's see if the equation visuals equal likes is true. Before I end the video, I want to explain a little bit on how engagement on YouTube works. Whenever a video gets likes, dislikes or comments, the video's engagement goes up. This will let YouTube know that you guys enjoy the devlog series. So, like or dislike to show your appreciation and comment below with your opinion on the game and the devlogs. It really helps the videos a lot. Well, this is the actual end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next week, take care.